Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we're going to do something a bit different. Earlier on today I wanted to build a mount deck. For those who don't know, mount is a new creature subtype added in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and it is very similar to vehicles, whereas vehicles aren't creatures until they are crewed. Mounts are always creatures, and then they get an additional benefit once they've been saddled, mostly from attacking, and that is relevant. We'll get to that in a bit. But I just couldn't really get it to work. And I think the reality is the mount and saddling part of cards aren't that powerful. And I think the reason is with vehicles, because they're not creatures, they can be built aggressively by wizards. Great example is Reckoner Bankbuster. It's 2 mana, it's a 4/4, you crew it for 3, so you give up 3 power of toughness on the board. You don't sacrifice it. I mean, you tap it to take it out so you can't attack or block with it to get a 4/4, and apart from that you can pay 2 to tap it and draw a card up to 3 times. That's a great example of you are using a smaller creature to get a bigger creature. Because mounts are already creatures, they can't really be like that. So a great example is Seraphic Steed. It has saddle 4, and when it attacks while saddled, you create a 3/3 white angel token with flying. It's not even attacking, so you're giving up. You're taking 4 power out of combat essentially, because you can't attack with it, and you can't block with it until next turn, to create a 3/3. Yes, it's got flying, and that's relevant, but it's still not great. And even, Seraphic Steed 2 mana, 2/2 first ring lifelink, which is a great card and a great rate. But reality is, chances are you're not going to be attacking on turn 3 with it saddled, because you need 4 power. So at which point it attack, maybe it's going to die, and so you're not getting that trigger more than once. So when I was building just the mount deck, I said it wasn't really working. But then I thought, all these mounts that I wanted to use, Seraphic Steed, Ornery, Tumblewagg and Congregation Gryff, have a trigger when they attack. So I say Seraphic Steed creates a 3/3, Ornery Tumblewagg doubles the number of +1/+1 counters on a creature, and at the beginning of combat in your turn it puts a counter on a target creature anyway, so that's really good. And then Congregation Gryff, when it attacks while saddled, gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of mounts you control. So even if it's the only mount on the battlefield, if you saddle 3, it's going to get +1/+1, but obviously we have a few more mounts than that. Because they all attack while they get a trigger while attacking, I wondered, could we do a deck with Isshin 2 Heavens as 1? This is a card from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and basically it doubles your attack triggers. So if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanently controlled trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So we would get 2 3/3s, we would double our counters twice, we would get that buff to Congregation Gryff twice as well. The problem is that these mounts that we want to play are in green and white. Isshin is in red, white and black, so we are now playing 4 colours, which obviously makes it a bit harder. So just to round out the rest of it real quickly, we have Go for the Throat for removal. Bristly Bill, it's not a mount, but it's a powerful card. Whenever land ETBs under control, you put a counter on target creature, then you can pay 5 to double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. 2 copies of Miriam, which is basically like a bit of a mount lord. As long as your turn, mounts and vehicles you control have hexproof, and whenever a mount and vehicle you control attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That will double up with Isshin as well. Topiary Stomper, 3 mana, 4/4 with vigilance. When an ETB, search your library with a basic land card, put on the battlefield tap, then shuffle, but it can't attack or block unless you control 7 or more lands. This is really good because Topiary Stomper is probably the best card to saddle with, because it can't attack and block until the late game. If you play, say, Seraphic Steed turn 2, Topiary Stomper turn 3, you can immediately saddle the Steed with the Stomper and get in and get that 3/3. We have 1 copy of Wily Duke. I played this as a commander, one of the first videos I did on this channel. It's a 3 mana, 4/2 with vigilance, and because it's got a 4 power, it's very good at crewing. And whenever it becomes sapped, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Because it's got vigilance, obviously it won't be attacked by attacking, but if you use it to crew, then you'll get that trigger. And you can even play this and then end of your opponent's next turn, just crew a random card to get that trigger. And then 4 copies of Isshin. As said, we do have 4 Buried in the Gardens. Could have gone with Ossification, but Ossification only targets creatures and planeswalkers, and you need a basic land in play, which we'll get to in a second. But Buried in the Garden does any non-land permanent. We could have gone with Leyline Binding as well, but there is a risk that it's still expensive to play because of our mana base. And mana base is where real trouble is. Most of our cards are green and white, so we have more plains and forests than other colours. We also have an Aganjo. We have 2 Boseiju. I would actually like more, but we need basic lands to hit with Topiary Stomper. The reason I like more is there is the Synthesis Simulacrum deck in standard at the moment, so being able to blow up their Simulacrum is really, really helpful. Also, it is a good counter to the Rakdos Joins Up combo deck, which we played on my channel a couple of months ago. If they play Reclamation, get back their Rakdos Joins Up as a creature enchantment, we can just use Boseiju to destroy it before they can get the Metamorph back. They still have a 9/9 on the battlefield, but that can be taken care of with Buried in the Garden. And then we have a lot of dual lands. We've gone for ones which come into... We've gone I think they're the slow lands, they're called. They come into battlefield tapped, and they can go 2 or more lands. Apart from... We do have 2 Razorverge Thicket, which is the green-white one, because we need those colours early. And then we have a copy of Zeotor's Proving Ground and Jetmir's Garden. Hopefully we can draw these and play them turn 1 when they enter tapped. It's not really relevant. This will just make we hit more of our colours. Although, as far as I know, there is no Triome in Standard that is for red, white and black. So what we're going to do that's a bit different is... I've not tested this deck at all. I'm just going to go in and start recording. And we just really want to see, can we get a win? Just one win. Obviously, if we get it early, we'll carry on playing. But I just want to see how bad is a deck and can it work? Can we go Seraphic, Steed, into Topiary Stomper, into Isshin, 2 Heavens as 1, and crack in and get 2 3/3s? Or double, can we double the amount of +1/+1 counters on Congregation Gryff twice and double that as well? So that's what we're looking to do. I've no idea how it's going to go, but hopefully we will find out together. Please remember, if you do enjoy it, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. So he's actually have an okay hand. Hopefully we draw a red source for Isshin, but we can play Tumblewagg and start growing it. Looks like we're up against the Nissa deck. So drawing removal would be good. Oh, Stomper's a good deck. We can use this to get red. Although we don't actually have any basic mountains. That's a bit of an issue. There's Nissa, which we will bury in the garden. But obviously they're probably going to find another Nissa. Oh, they found the analyst, which I can play now. But they do not play now. 2 turns away from me, I had an attack with the Stomper. Oh, they had a second Nissa anyway. I think we had too much of a slow start, basically. But at least we can get the Tumblewagg down and grow it so it can block the Wayfinder. And hopefully we draw another playable card. Go to the Throat would be quite good to take out the Analyst. Or the Bloomkin. That's not what we wanted to see. And obviously they can play the Cityscape Leveler pretty quickly. So next turn, assuming everything survives, which I don't know if it will, seeing as they can just play Cityscape Leveler. We should be able to get quite a big Tumblewagg. They are a 10-10. But obviously all they'll do, yeah, chump it. And then attack with a leveler. So that's us done. I think there's no point carrying on. We only drew one mount there, which was disappointing since we have 12 of them in our deck. We don't have the mana for Bristly Bill or Seraphic Steed, and we are on the draw, but we have Go for the Throat available, and we have the mana for Isshin. So hopefully we draw a green source. We have more of them than any other card. Against a crime deck. Oh, there's another Go for the Throat. I would like a green source though. Well, there is a green source, but it is tapped. They seem to be having mana issues. There's another green source. So the problem is anything we play is just going to get removed. Yep. Yep. This deck is very weak against removal, which, because of a new crime mechanic, is a pretty popular one. And I imagine we will see the Gryff die. If not, we can crew it if we mount it if we need to. Question is, do they have a lightning bolt or something? Could really do with stop drawing lands. I won't crew the Gryff, it'll just get +1/+1. I'm not going to bother blocking, just kill it with Arganjo. Wow, come on. We need some other mounts so we can grow the Gryff. I'm going to take 3, because even if we block it, I imagine they've got a burn spell. Well, that is good, although... yeah, they've got something. Puts up to a 4/5? 4/7, sorry. What was that? Oh. That's a problem. So I will saddle okay with that. Another creature would be really good. Yeah, I'll take 5. Perfect. Yes. Oh, we got lucky there because, you know, they didn't draw any removal. Maybe they didn't have any removal in their deck. But then we could play the second Tumblewagg, crew the first Tumblewagg with that one, crew the Gryff with, say, the Stomper, swing in, and basically double all our counters on the Gryff, give it +4 as well, and just crack in for a huge number. Lifelinking. We didn't draw an Isshin, which was unfortunate, but you know, we saw what it can do there. Well, we have green and white, which is good, and we are on the play. Play out the Steed. Well, they're just going to remove it. Well, let's crack in. See if it survives. It does. Another land for Buried in the Garden would be nice to, and if they play something. Maybe they've got a counterspell. If they want to help us draw cards, I have no issue with that. We can play second Gryff. That's a better draw. That is obviously if it survives. Or if it resolves. This is where we get blown out if they remove the Gryff. They're thinking about it. Now they're going to do it. That's fine. We can remove the tie binder. I would like to draw land and remove it with Buried in the Garden, so we ramp as well. But if not, we can just go for the throat. Our opponent's taking their time. We're in a pretty good spot. I seem to have something. I'm not too bothered about Preacher. There's the land, so let's take out the tie binder. We will saddle again with both, and they're tapped out, so we know it's going to resolve. And then swing in. And next turn we can go for the throat, the Preacher. and then get down the Seraphic Steed. We don't have to go for the throat. Still not seen an Isshin for a while. Oh, do we? Well, it's what we're here to do. If it resolves, we can crew the Gryff saddle the Gryff with Isshin, and then saddle the Tumblewagg with the Steed. And then put a counter on the Gryff. I just want to see an attack trigger. Ah! Boo! Boo you! Boo you! No, go away. We do have another Gryff in hand. But there, that's the point of the deck. And that would have been, I don't know, 15 something. We're so close. To be fair, in Esper, they were going to have something. Our opponent doesn't believe in fun. If I was them, I would have removed the Buried in the Garden. Righty-ho. We have 6, sorry. Let's get rid of the Preacher. The Steed having First Strike and Lifelink helps. But yeah, we're a lot further behind than we were a while ago. Well, Miriam's An okay draw. Obviously they can, you know, double block or whatever to kill it. But I am fine taking out their Aclazots. What's their last card? Although it's going to bring back Aclazots. It does come back tapped. But because I've got no cards in hand yet. Gix is frustrating, but we do have a blocker. So, what's the play? When we attack with the Gryff, it's going to be up to a 2/5 from Miriam. I think what I'll do is I will saddle the Steed again. And keep the Angel back. We'll get another Angel. We're up to 27, which is pretty good. Let's see what they do. Yeah. I'm fine. We're at 27. I'm fine taking 4. It puts them back up to 14. And they do draw a card. Maybe I should have double blocked then. Another mount will be good, so we can get a bigger buff from Congregation Gryff. An Isshin would be really good. I think they have removal. I think they're just thinking about what to use it on. Yeah, we really need more mounts now. That's not it. Let's cycle this, see if we can hit a playable. Oh, well. We did not. More land is not what we wanted. They should probably just chomp with the bat. Or not. We really need to draw something that isn't land. No, we've seen 8 land, which is more than we need to. I will block just because they're up to a full grip basically. Well, I think this is game over then.
I'm home. I am almost sad to see you go.
Yeah. That's such a shame. We were so close to winning, and we saw Isshin do its thing, but they had removal, and then we just went, I think, was it 3 turns drawing land? And it's just... Yeah. It happens. It was frustrating because we were so close. Oh, only 2 land. We are on the draw, and if we get another one, Stomper can get us there, I think. That's what we wanted to see. No black mana, though. Another Stomper's okay. We can play Stomper, get a black mana, and then Buried in the Garden their Synthesizer. But we are probably about to be facing down. Well, yes. That is a problem. Go for the Throat is pretty much a dead card against this matchup. Yeah. So the idea is, can we grow the Steed enough that its lifelink can keep us alive? Probably not. No. Yeah, we were just too slow up against the nut draw for that deck. It's an okay hand. Bristly Bill and Tumblewagg is a good combination, getting a lot of counters, and then Buried in the Garden can ramp us and fix us mana, and hopefully we draw into some more action. They've mulliganed down to 6. I wonder what deck they're playing then. I'm going to slow roll the Bristly Bill. There you have something. Domain. Fair enough. Well, Isshin's a good draw, even though we don't have any black mana. But Buried in the Garden can fix that if we don't draw it. Well, there is the black mana, so... let's try it. What do they have? They have 2 mana, one, well, they're both blue, one's any colour. So it's going to be a big boy if it survives. Up to a 10-10, smashes in. That's annoying. What we'll do is we'll take away their cornucopia and then start again. But yeah, I'd say control isn't our best matchup. I don't think anything's particularly our best matchup. We can take out the Archangel. I'm not going to play out Bristly Bill. They've got another cornucopia. Now we would actually quite like to draw a land so we can trigger Bristly Bill, making the Gryff a 2/5. We'll pull out a range of Archangel of Wrath, which we've already seen they've got, and counteract the life gain from Cornucopia. What have they not drawn or drawn? Yep. Another Buried in the Garden would be nice. Obviously, Go for the Throat can't take out the Incubator token. That's just going to take out both our creatures. Obviously we can kill it with Go for the Throat. Yep. Well, they're aggressively cycling. It would be good if we could draw an actual playable card. I imagine they've got removal. Yeah. Oh, we were so not close to actually winning, but close to going off. And all their removal just meant, well, yeah, we just didn't have a chance to. Steed into Stomper is the dream. We do need another green for that though, but let's see. Hopefully we draw it. Up against mono red. So they're going to have a lot of removal. There's a second green. I imagine this just dies. Yeah, obviously not blocking. Let's get a red source. We have a black source in hand. If they attack, I'll chump with the angel token. Yep. So let's and let's get down Miriam. Next so we can get down the, if we survive that is. We can get down the Gryff and the Tumblewagg. And then hopefully we can start getting back into this. Or whatever they've got, they are thinking about it. if we survive this turn, we are basically relying on the fact that our Congregation Gryff will be able to gain more life than they can damage us for per turn, which we might be able to do. Since now our Stompers can attack and block. Yes. Gaining at least 6 a turn. It'll be 7 or more than that. Next turn it'll be like 8 and then 10 is just too much for mono red. So a close one, but we got there. Hello Magic fans and welcome back to the wrap up. So in the intro I posed a question, could we win a game with this deck? And we did. MTG Arena Assistant says we won 3 times. That's not entirely true. One of the games was connection problems. Sometimes it gets stuck on waiting for opponent for like a minute and a half, and then when it does get in, your opponent's exploded. So I counted that as a win, but it obviously wasn't really. So 2 out of 12 is frankly better than I expected. We did have a better success rate on the draw somehow, but we only played 4 times on the draw compared to 8 on the play. So yeah, it's a fun deck, and we did get to see the Isshin double triggers a few times, although it never actually ended a match. A couple of times we were so close to doing it, but our opponent decided to be the enemy of fun and take out our big buffed creature. Between the intro and some of the games, I did make a slight change to the deck. I think I took out the one Wily Duke and added in another Miriam. When Miriam's in play, it gives your mounts hexproof on your turn, so it would stop your opponent being able to, take out your creatures when you're attacking. So if we had maybe that in some of the games we were so close with, maybe we would have got there. But yeah, it's a fun deck. It's not a good deck, but when it works, it's powerful. Mana base was okay. There were a couple of times where we struggled with mana, but out of the 12 games we played, that was in the minority. There's one game we got stuck on 2 lands, which has nothing to do with the colours on mana bases, just one of those things. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you all did. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It does wonders for the channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.